The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion is one of my favorite games of all time. The first open world game I ever played, it was hugely influential in my love of video games. And when I first played it, it was almost overwhelming how much there was to do, the world to explore, the different quest lines. I loved everything about it, and it's a game I cherish deeply to this day. Now, almost 20 years later, the game has been remastered, and to me, this is what remasters should be. It is perfection. Let me tell you why. You know what else is perfection? Liking the video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. As I said in the intro, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion is one of my top games of all time. I spent hundreds of hours playing multiple characters in Oblivion on the Xbox 360. And while a lot of people like to complain about Bethesda games, some of the jank that's in there, some of the bugs, I don't really remember ever experiencing those. And if I did experience them, they were so few and far between, or at least didn't detract from the experience enough that that's what sticks out in my mind. For me, Oblivion is just this magical, magical game. And it was truly unique. The Radiant AI, the voice acting, there's so much there. And when the remaster was first announced, I was concerned, honestly. Every game that Bethesda's put out since Oblivion has seemed to simplify the mechanics and the stories of the games. And I was nervous that, in trying to modernize Oblivion, they would compromise on what Oblivion was in order to appeal to modern audience or their modern design approaches. Personally, I am not a fan of all these modern-day remakes of old games. Yes, taken as the games, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, for example, are good games. But they change so much about the core gameplay, the core experience from that original PS1 game, that it feels like a reinterpretation. And honestly, I don't want reinterpretations of the games that I love. I want the games that I love. Luckily, it seems like that was the approach that they took with Oblivion Remastered. This just is Oblivion again. They took that old engine and shipped it. All of the charm of that original game is still here. The music is still here. The voice actors are still here. Playing this game, it feels like you are just playing Oblivion again on the Xbox 360 in 2006. But on top of all that, they've added an updated visual engine thanks to Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine has its issues, but at least for me, I haven't run into too much in the way of performance issues, and I think the game looks really good. The character creator can be as unhinged as you want it to be, and I have seen some truly unhinged things coming out of it. But just exploring the world, the general aesthetic of the game looks fantastic. It feels perfectly modern, but still looks and feels like the original Oblivion did back at release. Your brain just has this way of remembering games looking so much better than they truly did. It doesn't feel like anything has changed. It feels like the game I came to love all those years ago. But the game isn't totally untouched. They actually improved the leveling system quite a bit. I think that's the biggest complaint everybody has from the base game. The way leveling worked just wasn't good. They fixed that in this game, getting the points that you can assign, but still limiting you to the 3 skills that get increased, keeping luck down to the 1. I think it's a great system and a perfect compromise on maintaining the spirit of the original game's leveling system, but improving it to make it just more usable and workable. As far as the game itself, this is Oblivion. Every guild questline in this game is so good. I loved the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild, and especially the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood are fantastic narratives. The Shivering Isles expansion is one of the coolest experiences in gaming. And then, of course, the world to explore. There's something unmatched about walking around in the wilderness in this game. The ambient music soundtrack has lived rent-free in my head for the last 20 years. And maybe this is all the nostalgia coming back, but it's just so amazing. I loved getting back into this game, and I love how little they changed. This is what a remaster should be, showing reverence and respect for what the game is, and keeping the core of what the game is completely intact, while still modernizing and improving some of the spots within those games that were pain points and were weaknesses of it. If they were going to reimagine the whole game, if they were going to totally change systems, they should have just made The Elder Scrolls 6. People love these games for what they were. People still play these games. I have gone back and played Oblivion in the last few years. It is not a game that has necessarily aged poorly. I played Final Fantasy VII last year, and I loved it. You don't need to change these games just because maybe there's new genres of games or new styles that are popular today. That does not mean the games that were hugely successful and popular 20 years ago wouldn't still be today. I'm very glad that they handled this remaster the way they did. I think even if you've never played the original Oblivion, you will enjoy and love this remaster. I hope it shows other developers that they can bring back some of their older games and introduce them to a new audience without changing core, fundamental identities of those games. To me, the Oblivion Remaster is perfection. I'm so happy to have it. It has exceeded all of the expectations I had if you had told me about it before it came out. And it's a game I've been loving going through, and I'm excited to continue going through for the days and probably months to come. But what do you think? Is the Oblivion Remaster not that great? Obviously, we all wish it was just The Elder Scrolls 6, but we're not getting that game for another 20 years. Let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all with the next video.